Hello, so we have another peaceful game, and this time there were no stones captured, and white managed to win by 36 and a half. That's quite impressive. So let's have a quick look. As usual, we see white going for one Sun, which is extremely territorial oriented. And surprisingly, black just split the middle of the left side, but black should consider either a corner approach in the top left and then go for a basic Joseki like this, or approach the Sun, shoulder hit, or one of the uh, side approaches. In this case, it's good for black to play the f4 or f3 just to develop towards the stone he has in the lower right corner. But he decided to went for the middle of the left side. Nice to make the Shimari. Then a 2-space extension. Now here white can consider the attack on the bottom side first, because it's good direction of play to attack coming from c3, either high or low. And after black responds here, white can consider the top right attack without even going back to make a base on the bottom. So this would be a little more fast development in that case. Now playing this p16 is questionable. That's the kind of move one plays against the low approach. So if black wants to play on that side, he should consider o16, and white usually attaches in the corner, then hane under, pull back, hanging connection, and extend for a base. This is a classic Joseki. In this position, it still feels good for white to attach in the corner. Playing r16, it's a little bit shy. Black can just block, and now white is still kind of floating. No base for those two stones. So attaching r17 should be fine. I know you may wonder what happens if black cuts, but there are some ladders involved in this cutting fight, so white can just cut through. And now if black connects solid, white can Atari and capture this stone in a ladder. If Atari from the outside, just take. When black enters the corner, white extends for the base. So black ends up a little bit low in the top, and white's shape on the right side is pretty much ideal. Now if black tries to resist in a different way, for example, black can think about pushing here once. White can go Atari and extend down. Now this kind of move prepares two captures next. One, the descending the top at p18 to capture the two stones, and the other one just hane the head of two stones to capture the other two. So when black goes out, it doesn't matter if it's Nobi or Atari. After this kind of exchange, black still needs to come back to protect r14 or escape at p18. So if black protects here, white can capture the top, and that's a nice corner for white. If black goes out in the top, black can cut and capture the stones on the right side. There is no wait for these stones to escape, so they are captured like this. Now if black doesn't play that exchange and immediately goes p18, then black can just hane the head of two stones again, Atari go out. There are no ladders available here for black. Then when Atari here, go out again, and when connecting, black doesn't have enough liberties to fight the semi in the top right. Now let's see what happens if black simply plays a Nobi and white decides to go down to capture the other stones. Well, black can squeeze like this, and white is forced to capture the top stones, which is fine. Or black can start a ladder, but the ladder seems to be broken in this case because it goes in this direction and it hits the lower left corner. So white stone is in the right spot to break this ladder. So this is quite okay for white overall. Therefore, white can play the r17 attach, and then when black hane under, white pulls back, black needs to make some I shape like this or go in the corner, and then white extends for a base on the side. This way the shape is a bit more convenient for white. Because playing like this, when black blocks the corner, even if white extends on the side, R12 or R11, black can still come inside at R14. That's the annoying spot, because now when you try to link, black will just connect under. And in case white separates here, black can come out between the groups. So either way, black has a good fight here to punish that thin formation. That's why it's better to attach right away. So R16 was a bit slack. And extending too far, it's also a bit tricky. Normally, I should just play R12 to be safe and then continue the game. So black approach R7. Actually, for black it's big right now to play a Shimari like O3. Of course, black has the point at R14, but he doesn't have to enter there right away. Then white took the top extension. Well, that's a nice move, but it's good enough to play just K17. That's the right distance from the top left Shimari. Now, if black plays a move like M17, white can Hane once. This prevents the invasion at R14, or it makes it harder for black to make it work, and then approach the bottom side and extend back. It's actually pretty big to extend somewhere on the bottom area like K3, L3, but okay, L17, it's also a big point thinking that that's the direction of play from the top left Shimari. Well, black protected, but he doesn't really have to play another move immediately. If you look all over the board right now, it's important to develop the bottom side. So black should play F3 and then extend back to K4. Alright, so white extends back to H17. Actually in the top, it's nicer to play high because there are too many stones on the third line, so like this the position tends to be flat. But right now, white should just play a big point on the bottom area. So K3 or approach the corner, but not too close, no need to go all the way to P3, and then extend back to L3 or K4. You should always focus in the most open sides and try to play a move faster than your opponent does in the open places. This is not the right direction of play because the bottom is more interesting, so black should approach from here. Okay, then white makes a base, that's fine. White can also go to space jump here, but tight it's fine. So black extends to K3, and now yeah, white has to find a way to enter the bottom moyo. Playing R3 it's possible, but it's still okay to think about moves like P3 for example. And if black plays the attach, in this case, instead of going up to allow the extension from black, white can think about the shoulder hit in order to make a sabaki, then Hane, Atari once, and make a tiger mouth or which is eye shape. Or also extend here, it's an option. Because black needs to extend for a base too, and then take the vital point or no B. So playing the Sansan, it actually gives black the possibility to go for the outside. So black can cover, very good, then go under, where here white should consider a crosscut. But in this case, black will extend to expand the bottom area. And even if white plays Atari and leaves in the corner unconditionally, this is a pretty small life. So the damage in the end is just this area, which is like 15 points, and black got a lot on the outside instantly. So now black can play this kind of move or jump somewhere in the middle to go for a box and set up this moya. So for white it's more interesting to damage the bigger potential. So even playing O3 is still an option, O3 or P3, because on this move Q3 white can still play a one space jump, or in this case shoulder hit, and then one space jump here and jump out. Black needs to extend for a base. White can play one forcing move here to get stronger, and then already the group is safe enough. So now white can play somewhere else. Attach here would be interesting. Oh wait. In order to make sure black doesn't have too much access to the center. Also there's a Tesuji on the left side using this attach. And like this, if black plays no B, white can simply go under and leave. If black plays one of the Hane moves, like this or this, white will just counter Hane, then sacrifice one stone and separate the other stone. And it works either way. So that's a good Tesuji to remember, the B13 move. If black plays Hane on this side, white can counter Hane, then Atari from the outside and separate the C5 stone. So there's a way to damage that left side at some point. Now playing like this, black lives in the corner but small. White lives in the corner. Black could extend first and then push again, no B, go down, block, and white again it's alive in the corner, but black can profit a lot on the outside. And another option would be to play Atari and then connect solid. Now white has to capture the stone and black will Atari from the outside instead. If white goes out, black can catch the two stones and white is still on the run. Like this, white leaves small in the corner, but it's still an option to consider going out and then extend M3, because now K3 it's also weak, so black needs to go for a base here. Then either secure the base like that or jump out. Playing here, black can block the corner, very good, and block again. Now white is alive. Actually white can also play away here, because if black plays one of the Ataris, white can still fight a coin leaving the corner. But playing this, white leaves unconditionally. So yeah, probably not the most proper way to break that lower right area. But well, leaving in the corner, it's generally good. It's just that in this case, black can get a lot on the outside. Cutting is nice to create some agi. And there are more weak points here. For example, Q6 threatening to cut at R5. Black will probably Atari first and then connect. And now white can come out with the P3 stone. Because this way, white is threatening a snapback. So it's much easier to run out with the group and put the right side in danger. So just no B. Black would turn just to give white a bad shape and then fix on the right side too. Push one more, it's possible as well. And one space jump or protect against the cut while attacking the O6 group, which is heavy. So this is a better way for black to attack. Simply no B gives white more space to maneuver. It's still interesting to jump here because of the cut and squeeze at R5, so black needs this kind of shape, then white can also make some eye shape. Push, jump once, that's a bit shy. Atari one time, and then third line extension. Also, black can think about this shape, because if white plays M4, black will block once, white has to go up, then this move is threatening the snapback, so black is already connected against R5 cut, and now black extends for a base and white has to fly out. So now S9 instead of R9, that's really too low. Well, in order to punish that kind of move, white can just Kosumitsuke, then black has to go up. And it's already a good exchange. Then white again should play around here to threaten the R5 cut. And then jump out very lightly in the center. So Keima, this Keima, black can just attach. And white has to Nobi. If white blocks, black can go up, and then there are cutting points. So when playing here, white is losing the move on the original block. And going out, it also leaves too many cutting points. So it's hard to fight. Black went back. At least one attack in center and jump out. Because if white tries to cut here, then the ladder works this way. So black can gain more space for ice this way. Playing L3, it's a bit too submissive. Black should block, because anyway, when Atari connect, when Hane capture. And the way to go out is to the center. So jump like this, because there is no impact on the bottom stones jumping to the left. This K3 group, it's already strong. So black doesn't have to play another move to protect it, but start a counter attack from the center, threatening to cut. And then come back here, so white is still on the run. Then this invasion is a problem, still. So black could remove the base on the right side, and like this black has two groups to attack, this one and the wall. So black protected here, which was really slack, and white got time to jump again. That's a very good spot, because it connects the bottom group to the right. Now jumping here feels like a neutral point, and it's threatening invasion, but it gives white time to protect against any invasion pointer. So black should really use R14 and then push again and either connect under to the corner or connect under to the side. So white is connected on the outside, but still losing all the points on the right. So now white protects, which is good, and O14 is not going to build too much in the middle. This move, it's better for black to think about the invasion, because even if white goes for a capture from F17, black can invade Sansan and discard the stone to leave in the corner. This is already alive. And if white blocks like this, black can even cut. And then the fight becomes a bit hard for white on the left side. Also locally, when black plays here, it's already alive, and then white has to go back and protect the cutting point. So shoulder hit, it's like a thank you move, because white will simply connect. White could double up at E17, so it doesn't allow more forcing moves there. Playing like this, black can attach and then also wedge, and white has to answer all these moves. Black simply push. In that case, block. That's a good move. So remember the double up, because now if black pushes here, he just removes his own liberty, so he's not happy with that kind of exchange. Then block is good, black has to go out, that's fine. Well, black should play at least one Hane in center and jump further. So one space jump, then attach under. This attach black can capture. It's more interesting to separate the groups. So those five floating stones in the top, they still need help. If black goes out to reinforce those stones, white will just push, and that impacts the left side. And another way is to play the attach here, as I showed earlier. That's a nice Tetsuji to remember. Now here, black can just capture the stone. And white comes on top to get access to the middle, but black already got the territory there, so it's not a problem. Then black should play other moves in the center. Something around here, trying to attack this mark group. So black simply blocks very kind, and then connects against the cutting point, where he could also connect with a tiger mount in this case. White expands the middle. It's still interesting to play the shoulder hit and think about separating the top from the left. And here white should jump again. It's nice to jump on this line because there will be no potential for black in the middle. And white already got a lot of territory. The top area quite solid everywhere, so nothing to worry about. This seems like a close game right now, but white is slightly ahead. Okay, those jumps are good. Should peep here to be more active and then separate. Because if black pushes like this, now the top is in trouble. And if black comes out, he's also a little bit bothered by the h10 Kikashi. And now when black just connects his groups, he gains neutral point while white will make more territory in the meantime. This was slack. So black connected his stones, but mostly on neutral points. White can bump first, threatening to cut. And actually this is trying to give black bait. So black goes for Atari, white counter Atari, black takes a stone, white takes 3 stones. But here black will protect and then push. So it's a better shape for white in the center. Now black can play the bamboo, ruining the shape. He can do this first, threatening the cut, and then make a better shape in the middle with this attach and pull back. Okay, all these moves were center. Black got to connect, but mostly on neutral points. This move is not necessary. Normally, at this stage, white should think about Kosumi here, which is a double center move, then a Kosumi in the top. Kosumi took it like this and pull back to prevent the attach at S11. So most of the moves on the second line like this are quite valuable at this stage of the game. Black defended, but it wasn't really needed. And anyway, black can think about no B to threaten a cut or peep first in order to protect indirectly against the wedge, which is not a problem anyway. So this was too submissive again. So white is connecting all the stones, which is good to see. Keima, nice. Now black can capture 2 stones, but it's not so big. Only 4 points. The turn is actually not necessary. White is already connected, so once again the Kosumis. This can be cut. And black is not going to die in the center because it's strong enough to connect his stones like that. So white doesn't profit from sacrificing g2. It's nice to play a move like g2 when black captures the stone as bait, but white can profit in the middle after that. Otherwise, should just play the Kosumi. Kosumi and Hane on the first line and everything in center. So now pull back. This Atari can, this Hane can backfire because later on, so first of all, black can play Atari, white connects, black connects, and now, of course, white wants center, so he will play away. But the problem in the corner is that black can play this move, threatening a snapback, then go down, trying to kill the I shape, and then start the ko at S1. And this can kill the corner. And actually, this position stays there throughout most of the endgame. So it's amazing that black was always defending against those attach moves everywhere on the board. I mean, it happens the third time. It was once at b5, then g2, and now here. And in all the cases, black didn't consider a cut, which would be just fine in this particular case, because there is no way for white to profit in the center by sacrificing that second line stone. So for black it's very profitable to capture those stones, because like that he's simply backing up. Also connecting 017 is no need, because anyway white is not going to cut there. So let's say black plays away and white cuts. Black will just capture right away. This black was playing too submissive most of the game. Finally, monkey jump, which is a good point. Let's see something here. White can consider sacrificing and then Atari from behind and then protect. Alright, so safe block, yeah, that's good. Prevents the double Atari. So now for white to stay alive, should play this move, then accept the Ataris from the outside and leave with 4 points, but prevent the call. So there are lots of 1-2 points moves left. It's better to connect solid, less threats, because anyway at some point white has time to block here and white has to connect. But playing this move, in the end, when black connects, white has to play here, then black has an Atari like this and an Atari like this, 2 more threats where white was supposed to be solid. Yeah, so now black can start the call. This move, if white makes an eye, black can snap back, so he's dead. And if white connects against the snapback, throw in Atari, so white has to fight the call. And let's see what can black capture. Black can cut here, take back the call. Black has some threats right now. Also, because white connected L19, black has this kind of threat. So if white leaves in the corner, black will punish that L19. But black wasn't aware of the Koaji. Here it's better to wedge, and then white plays Atari, black connects, white connects, so white loses 2 more points. This move it's actually no need, K2. So if black plays here and white cuts, black can answer all the moves, and when white cuts or plays Atari again, it's self Atari, so that was a reflex defense. So black is playing away the threats. This move is no need, so better protect the right side like this or like this to prevent the call. And if black cuts, white can Atari, then just block this way. When black turns, 2 liberties left. It also works to block the other way, because when white blocks here, white has 3 liberties, and when black plays a Hane, white is not going to block to put himself in Atari here, but Atari from the outside. So white still wins the semi faster by 1 liberty. Therefore, there's no need to play another move inside. So only 1-2 points moves left. Another no need move. Playing inside here is nothing. So if let's say all the liberties are filled, when white goes Atari, black connects, nothing happens. And here black should destroy another point. Well, it doesn't matter much, he's losing by 36 now, he will lose by 35. And even if black wins the call, he's still losing the game. I mean, let's suppose he starts this fight in the corner. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's about 25 points, so he's still losing the game by 10. I mean, even if right now white says pass and gives up the corner. So quite an impressive, peaceful game and win this time. Congrats on this one.